So when it comes to my journey of self-awareness, there are some people that stand out when I look back on where I've come from. And one of these people is Dov Baron. This is a guy who was born in Manchester in England, in a ghetto, and is now based in Canada. In 2006, I heard him speak on an interview series, and on there he was primarily speaking about the ego and the law of resonance. And little did I know at this point how much of an influence this guy would have on my life. Perhaps being from England myself helped me to relate to him. But what I do know for certain is that this was someone who spoke clearly and directly. I was amazed by the understandings that he had. After hearing each episode that he had done of this series, I then searched the web for what else I could find about him. Shortly after this, I came across his main page at the time. Here I soon found numerous other coaching calls, and I knew that I had to hear as many of them as I could. This was someone who had so much to give. These calls are also based on the ego mind and the law of resonance. The law of resonance is a deeper understanding of the law of attraction. He mentioned how the law of attraction is a half-truth, and that it is not just our thoughts that create our life. Our thoughts plus our emotions create our feelings, and these are what are creating our life. This is what he also calls the attracting force. Through going over these interviews and listening to what Dov had to say, I gradually began to form my own understanding of the ego mind. And as anyone who has read any of my articles knows, the ego mind is often mentioned in them. I was also taught the importance of journaling through Dov. After writing in my journal for a number of years, next came the articles that I wrote about. So journaling was definitely a catalyst in my writing career. After a while of listening to these interviews and of Dov doing a few 24-hour question and answer live video streams, I purchased his program, The Secret Beyond the Law of Attraction. This contained videos, ebooks, and audio recordings, all of which were highly informative and beneficial. These contained everything one needed to understand the mind and to manifest what they wanted into their life. That is, of course, if they followed the steps. And something Dov always spoke about was the need to take massive action. As I mentioned above, Dov assisted me in learning about the ego mind and the importance of journaling. And although he knew so much and was clearly very sharp, he was down to earth and real. He is a great teacher and someone who clearly wants to do all he can to make a massive difference in people's lives. A couple of years ago, Dov left a comment on one of my articles that I wrote. Freedom or safety? What would you choose? And as this came from someone I admired and appreciated, it meant a lot. He is one of the few people that I would recommend to others. So if you would like to know more about Dov Baron, please go to www.fullmontyleadership.com. in 2009, Dov released a book called Don't Read This, Your Ego Won't Like It. And as you can see, I've got the book here. And at some point I'll do a video review of this book and talk about some of the things that are inside it. But this is over 400 pages long, so it's packed with all kinds of information and steps that you can take to change your life. And because I bought one of the first copies, Dov ended up writing a personal message, and it says, "Hey Ollie, always remember that while the ego mind wants to repress, is the same thing that the heart and soul needs to express. With gratitude, Dov." And the other day, while I was listening to one of the old teleseminars that he did, I ended up hearing a message of gratitude that I sent in, so the host ended up reading this out. And it was a pleasant surprise to hear this. But I think the message goes into how much of an impact that he was having on my life at the time and still continues to have. So I will leave you with that message now, and you'll be able to see for yourself.
Okay, before I go to a question, I actually have a submission online that I would like to read out because it was really sweet and it really touched me. This comes from Ollie Cooper in the UK. Hi, Dov. This is not a question, but a big thank you for everything you have done to help me on my spiritual path. I'm from England and think you're a great role model. I first heard of you on the Manifest Life website, which was the first time I had ever heard of beliefs and clearing up your stuff. Since then, I have listened to every teleseminar that I can, and I'm very grateful for the massive value you offer on each and every one of them. In the very near future, I'm looking forward to coming to many of your programs as it will be such a great experience to learn from you in person. When I think about you and how much I learned from you in each of the teleseminars of only an hour and a half, I can't imagine how much I will learn during one of your fun shops. And thanks to Renuka and everyone at Baron Massey. Thank you, Ollie.
Oh, that is great. That is great, Ollie. Thank you. And seeing as you're a dedicated listener to these teleseminars, I assume that you're on the line, even if it's by webcast. So thank you so much for sending that in. This is one of the things that people don't understand. I am an extraordinarily busy guy, and I don't get to everything that comes across my desk. But you know what? Everybody who sends those kinds of messages in, I read those. Those really touch my heart. They make a difference. And they let me know that doing things like this, which I do for you at no charge, absolutely free, they let me know that they have an impact on your life, they make a difference in your life, and it's so important for me to have that feedback. If you have that feedback from me, I'm happy to hear that. I want to know. Like, Ollie, write to me. I mean, you said that this has had a massive impact in your life. Write to me. Tell me the specific results that this has had in your life. And those of you who haven't written, write to me. Tell me specific results you've had with this material, because this is powerful material that can and does change people's lives. So write to me. Fill me in. I want to know. I want to know how it's impacting you, what you're doing with it, how you're using this material to change your life. It's so great because, as I said at the beginning of the program, we have people who call in from all over the world, from the UK, from Australia, from the Middle East, from Europe, from New Zealand, all over. So it's so great. Thank you so much. And thank you, Natasha, for reading that out. I appreciate that. Thank you again, Ollie, for writing it in and sharing with other people that it made a difference. And I am happy and touched to be a mentor in your life and make a difference in your life. Thanks, Ollie.